Hello friends, welcome to JavaFX 2D tutorial. In this video, we will see building blocks of JavaFX. So we know that JDK is a Java development kit, and application developed using this will run on Java virtual machine. So that's why the Java virtual machine stays in the bottom, and on top of this virtual machine, the Java development kit and API works well. So if you create a Java main application with a entry point, and if you build a AWT or Swing UI that runs on this virtual machine. So we call this as a virtual machine, like a separate system, you can say. Since it's a separate system, it will have its own resources like memories and all other stuff, and the application will run on this virtual machine. So this JVM is inside your OS. OS can be anything, so it can be Windows OS or Mac OS, that itself running on a machine, and that machine has a JVM. So we call that as a separate virtual machine. Inside that machine, your application will run. So in the building block, the base block is the Java virtual machine, and on top of that, Java development kit is developed. So the development kit was pretty old. It was it was there even in 97 period. So you may know the JDK version 1.1. Now it is in much higher version. So virtual machine, on top of that JDK, Java development kit. So on top of Java development kit, there will be separate API for performing Java 2D and D3D. D3D is nothing but a direct 3D, and OpenGL. OpenGL is also a graphics library. So on top of this is JDK. These three are different API bundles. So that's what here you are seeing. On top of this support in the sense of JDK support. All right. So on top of this, support for Java 2D, OpenGL, and Direct 3D is available. On top of this means on top of the Java development kit, JDK kit. So Java 2D means here you can perform 2D based drawings. So we already saw in our previous playlist, we used the Java 2D APIs and we performed line drawing, polylines, line stroke, fill, all the stuff we saw. We even performed graphics manipulation, all the stuff using the Java 2D bundle and its APIs. So there are other bundles also like OpenGL and D3D. These two, using these two, you can even perform 2D graphics as well as 3D graphics. So this is a DirectX based, and this one is the OpenGL library. So then there is one more building block or a set of API. We call this as a media engine. Media engine provides support for video playback. It also supports audio playback. So you can do both streaming. So it can be a MP3 file or it can be a AVI file. So AVI is a video and MP3 is a audio, just for an example. Alright, and then there is a web engine. Web engine extends the capability to web-based application browsers. So since it's a web engine, whatever you develop, say for example, if you developed a graphics using OpenGL, that can be presented in a Chromium browser. through the web engine component. So web engine extends JavaFX support to HTML browsers. So HTML browsers means we can say a well-known browser like Chromium browser, Edge, as well as Safari, all those stuff. Then there is something called GWT, Glass Windowing Toolkit. So looks like AWT, right? So it's GWT, more advanced UI based building block. Glass Windowing Toolkit bridges UI control with native OS. So when we talk about Java 2D, OpenGL and D3D, all these will provide us the graphics functionality in the sense you can draw something on 2D space, or you can draw something on 3D space, and you can animate the 3D stuff, all those stuff. And these three packages is grouped under a component called Prism. So Prism is a hardware acceleration layer. That means it not only, so hardware acceleration is available with OpenGL and D3D itself. So you can see Prism as a combination of all this, and it enables the graphic programming. So Prism is a whole hardware acceleration layer for 2D and 3D graphics. So you can even say it groups. So that means when you are using Prism network, you can take some functionality from OpenGL and take something from D through D, and so you can combine all these three through Prism network. I mean the Prism layer. So all this stuff like Prism gives you the graphics capability, media engine, web engine, and UI. Everything is grouped under a unit called Quantum Toolkit. So Quantum Toolkit is a low-level API call used by JavaFX. So QTK bridges all low-level API system and makes it available to JavaFX. Right? That means it bridges everything in the sense you can take some Java 2D functionality and you can use that in web engine, or you can do some media playback. When you are doing the media playback in the side of the window, you can perform a D3D animation. So all this stuff is grouped under Quantum. So the Quantum will expose through some of the functionality, and when you are making API call through the Quantum, of course there will be some upper layer, we will discuss that makes use of the low level Quantum Toolkit, and Quantum Toolkit will perform all crash level call to the below underlying blocks. So that way 2D support, 3D, media, web engine, GWT, everything is available to you through JavaFX. So that's what here we are saying. What next? Quantum Toolkit bridges every aspect. That means a 2D drawing, 3D drawing, animation, glass windowing toolkit, everything is kept under one single umbrella. So what next? So on top of this Quantum Toolkit, JavaFX Public API is developed. That means user, you and me, will make use of this API. That means when you make a API call, it performs some low-level call on the Quantum Toolkit. So low-level API call used by the JavaFX. So public library, you make a call to some function that will internally go and make some call on the Quantum Toolkit, and Quantum Toolkit know where to make call on the underlying bottom layer, so that it will combine all these API and achieve the task whatever you are asking for through the publicly exposed API. So this is the building block. On top of everything is a JavaFX Public API. You will make a call on JavaFX exposed function, and that function sometimes may land up into the underlying building block or structure. So through Quantum Toolkit, it may make a call to some of these building block. So it all depends on whatever functionality you are accessing. So based on this functionality, it may make a call to Media Engine and Java 2D, and it combines the functionality from these two and exposes that through the function, let's say the XY. Right. So this is the building block. So all we need to worry about is the publicly exposed function and what it does. So that's what we are going to learn in this playlist, as well as in the next coming two playlists. So that's all here. So we talk about JavaFX Public API, right? JavaFX API, so available to the application developers to build rich UI and graphical application, which can be used in web as well. So which can be used in web as well as a desktop. So that's all here in this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.